Ngati apa tangata te iwi o te monga tupuna I a parai karatu tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. I acknowledge the contribution of both previous speakers. I consider I'm one of the lucky ones in Parliament that my opposite number is such a sensible person. Doesn't always apply when you're dealing with opposition MPs. Mr Speaker, this bill recognises and addresses the historical grievance of Ngati Apa, North Island. Those grievances are long-standing. They relate primarily to the Crown's purchase in 1849 of the Rangatike Turakina block and the subsequent failure to protect reserves set aside from this transaction. As the other speakers have said, from 1848 the Crown purchased many hundreds of thousands of hectares of land in which Ngati Apa held interests. Through these transactions, Ngati Apa endeavoured to establish a relationship with the Crown, and they sought to strengthen this relationship by expressing loyalty to the Crown. But the Crown failed to ensure the arrangements in the 1849 deed were given effect, and the Crown also failed to take steps to protect the collective tribal and hapu custodianship of the land. Mr Speaker, Ngati Apa and North Island have worked over many years to have their claims addressed by the Crown. The Crown recognised the mandate of Te Runanga o Ngati Apa in November 2004. The negotiation reached a significant milestone when an agreement in principle was signed on 12 July 2007, followed by an initial deed of settlement in September 2008. The settlement is well supported by Ngati Apa North Island. In September last year, 35% of the registered adult members of Ngati Apa voted on the deed of settlement and proposed governance arrangements. Of these, 97% voted in favour of accepting both the deed of settlement and the proposed arrangements, and the Crown and Ngati Apa North Island subsequently signed a deed of settlement on 8 October 2008, and I acknowledge the work of my predecessor, Dr Cullen. On 25 August 2009, the settlement bill was introduced to Parliament. Mr Speaker, I agree with the other speakers when they say settling this claim is an important further step in this country's progress towards settling all historical treaty grievances. The settlement redress provided by the bill recognises the history of Ngati Apa North Island's interaction with the Crown. It includes Crown acknowledgements and an apology for historical breaches of the treaty. Ngati Apa have significant aspirations for the development of their iwi. The redress included in this bill will help them make progress towards those aspirations in the future. The commercial and financial redress totals $16 million, including a right to purchase approximately 6,500 hectares of Crown Forest licensed land and certain other Crown-owned properties. The redress includes innovative cultural revitalisation elements, including the gifting of 5 Papakainga properties, provision of funding to develop and implement a strategy for revitalising Ngati Apa North Island customs, and funding to assist in compiling a comprehensive historical record. While it's not possible fully to compensate Ngati Apa nor any claimant group for the loss their people have suffered, the cultural redress in this bill seeks to recognise Ngati Apa's long-standing cultural and spiritual association in the region. Mr Speaker, the bill was referred to the Maori Affairs Committee on 17 November last year. The committee reported back to the House on 17 March 2010, and I want to thank the committee for their excellent work on this bill and for considering it in such a timely manner. The committee received and considered 34 submissions on the bill. Submissions in support of the bill were received on behalf of each of the hapu collectives of Ngati Apa. The committee heard oral submissions on the bill in Martin on 17 February at the Turakina Maori Girls College. The committees examined the bill It has proposed no major amendments and unanimously supports it. The committee has recommended that it be passed with a number of technical amendments. 10 properties listed in Schedule 2 of the bill have been surveyed since the bill's introduction. The technical amendments recommended by the committee reflect the updated legal description of these properties. Mr. Speaker, I want to acknowledge the Ngati Apa North Island people who suffered the breaches of the treaty and who carried the grievances. I particularly want to acknowledge those who are no longer with us. I also wish to acknowledge Te Runanga o Ngati Apa, including the members of the negotiating team. Their dedication and determination has been vital in the path towards settlement. I want to thank other ministers and departments involved in this process. A wide variety of people from across the political spectrum have made really important contributions to this settlement over the years. Mr. Speaker, the second reading of the bill is part of the last stage of the settlement process that seeks to recognise what is important to the people of Ngati Apa and to provide redress for historical breaches of the treaty. It's one of the many settlements this government is progressing toward a goal of settling historical Treaty of Waitangi claims by 2014.